We've got some breaking Texans injury news to get to before their Thursday night football game up against the Buffalo Bills. But before I go live for the Texans, how about we have another Rockets Live? My first Rockets Live show here on the channel. It popped. Everybody loved it. It was Rockets versus Thunder, and I thought, why not run it back? Tomorrow, the Rockets take on the Cleveland Cavaliers, two of the top teams in the NBA. I'll be going live 30 minutes before tip-off. It'll be 6 o'clock Central Time, so I'll be going live at 5:30 tomorrow. Instead of my normal live show at 3:30, I'm going live for Rockets Cavs. So if you're going to be joining me for that game tomorrow, go ahead and drop those H's down in the comment section, and let's get into our Texans injury news. Well, it's official, everybody. CJ Stroud will not be playing this Thursday night up against the Buffalo Bills, and it sucks because we got the Battle Reds flowing. We're on prime time, and it is a chance for the Texans to have a winning record for the first time in the 2025 NFL season. But no CJ Stroud. He's going to miss his third game in a row. And I truly do believe if it wasn't a Thursday night game, if we played on Sunday night, or if we played, on a normal Sunday game day, I think the chance that CJ Stroud plays this week would have gone up drastically. And I think he actually would have been able to suit up. But the fact that it's a short week, the fact that there's only a couple practice days, and he's still just coming back from that concussion protocol, I think that lended itself to being bad news for Stroud. And the fact that, we do play this game in, 48 hours from now, just a couple days? I think that makes it where it's much harder for this team, much harder for CJ Stroud and the independent doctors to clear him ready to go for Thursday night football. But regardless, I'll be live for this game on Thursday, and we will be rocking. I don't care if it's Davis Mills. I don't care if it's TJ Yates, Sage Rosenfels. Hell, throw David Carr in there. This Texans defense is elite, so I still think we have a chance. I don't care who is slinging the rock for this Texans squad. I am going to be cheering on, and call me crazy. Texans home game on a Thursday night. The Battle Reds. You never know what's going to happen when the Battle Reds come out. So, call me crazy, but I think the Texans could definitely win this ball game. And I told y'all early in the week, my guy Tyler Smitty, he runs our Buffalo Bills show here at Chat Sports, and he's been talking a lot of shit to me this week. They are still ahead in terms of subscribers gained this month. So, if you want to help me out, if you want to help beat the Buffalo Bills on and off the field, go down, hit that subscribe button for daily Texans content all year long, 100% for free. Also, help me beat our Bills channel. I don't want to listen to my guy Smitty talking all that mess. I want to kick his ass on the field and off the field this week. So, coming up on today's show, with Stroud being out, let's turn our attention to Davis Mills. General Mills. Mills on wheels. Mills Mafia, Money Mills, whatever you want to call him, we're talking about how he can win this game. First off, this is what Mills has got to do. Mills has got to stay ahead of the sticks and make sure in this Nick Caley offense that we're not getting a ton of third and longs, 3rd and 15, 2nd and 15. And that not only goes with staying a step ahead of the sticks, taking what the defense gives you, but also not getting delay of games. Nick Caley, Davis Mills, if you're watching, please get the effing play call in. I'm going to rip my hair out if I see this Texans offense line up at the line of scrimmage one more time this year with 4 seconds left on the play clock. That cannot happen. It just can't. You let it happen against the Tennessee Titans. That's how you didn't score on that first drive. You had 4th and 1. You got to the line of scrimmage with a couple seconds left on the play clock, and then Davis Mills ended up getting sacked on that play. I think, obviously 2 wins in a row with Davis Mills. You beat 2 division opponents, the Jacksonville Jags, and then you beat the Tennessee Titans. Can he keep it rolling and keep that momentum going with this Texans squad? I think Davis Mills, he's played well for this team. And no, he's not a, premier starter, but this Texans squad, as a franchise, we've shown before, we can win with a backup quarterback. Just go back to our first playoff game. Go back to all those playoff games where you saw TJ Yates in the ball game. This squad, this team, this franchise has won with backup quarterbacks before, so why not keep that streak going with Davis Mills this Thursday night? And Shout out to our sponsor, PrizePicks, and I found this projection very interesting, and I want to see what you folks have to say at home. They have Davis Mills up against the Buffalo Bills, 221.5 passing yards. Are you taking the more, or are you taking the less? If you feel a type of way about this, if you feel super confident, or if you have no confidence in Davis Mills whatsoever, well, I implore you to go check out our sponsor today in PrizePicks, because the weather is a changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. The hard-hitting football action is even better with PrizePicks. So keep the season rolling on PrizePicks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. It's super simple to play. Just pick more or less on two-player stats. If you get your picks right, you can cash in big time. And on PrizePicks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter how you play, PrizePicks is a great way to put your takes to the text. Also, PrizePicks also offers injury reboots. Pretty timely with this being an injury video. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. So get started today with our sponsor, PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All that information down in the comments and description of today's show. All right, next up, this is what Mills has got to do. You got to keep on feeding number 12. Get Nico Collins the football because he is eating so far. I mean, the past 2 weeks, we've seen the Nico Collins that we all thought we would see for the entire season. The guy who is dominating on those one-on-one routes. The guy who is getting downfield, getting open, and making those toe-tap catches on the sideline. 25 targets, 16 receptions, 228 yards the past 2 weeks, a tutty, and a reception average of 14.2 yards per catch. I want to see Nico Collins get the football. And, I talked about it a couple days ago. The Bills have a decent secondary. They have, Maxwell Harrison. They have, Benford. They have a couple guys, Teron Johnson in the slot. They have some decent cornerbacks. But still, I take Nico all day one-on-one versus any of those guys. So if they're going to line up one-on-one on the outside with Nico Collins, or even if you want to move him inside to the slot position and they give you a one-on-one matchup, Davis Mills, the one thing that he's done a little bit better than CJ Stroud, I think, is letting his playmakers get a chance on the ball. And, even if, it's to his detriment, I think Davis Mills has tried to get Nico Collins involved because he knows he is the wide receiver one. He is the alpha. He is the number one target on this Texans offense. And, credit to Davis, he's been able to get Nico the ball and get him, those opportunities to make plays in space and make plays whenever this team needs him the most. So I think we need to keep on feeding Nico. Number 3, Mills has got to check into run plays every now and then. I know we're like, on second and long, this, that, or the other. We can't run the football. Not against the Buffalo Bills, because we go back to this past week, week 11. The Bills played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and their running backs had a field day. Sean Tucker, the rookie, they made him look like a top 10 running back. 19 carries, 106 yards, 3 total touchdowns on the day, averaging 5.6 yards per carry. And then Rachaad White, not too shabby himself. 10 carries, 51 yards. He averaged 5.1 yards per carry. And obviously, everybody's going to think Woody Marks, and, he has been good for this Texans squad. But you know who's actually been running the ball pretty well, and I think could be in for a sneaky good game up against Buffalo, is one Nicholas Chubb. He's gotten the, secondary carries the past 2 weeks for this Texans squad. Woody Marks has been the, pseudo RB1 for this team, but the carries that Nick Chubb has gotten the past 2 weeks, he's looked fantastic. His vision is there. His motor is really good. He keeps his feet moving, and he's able to put his head down, get those extra yards when he needs to. I think this could be a sneaky good Nick Chubb game for this Texans offense. Look for him to make an impact during this game on Thursday night. And lastly, and this is probably the most Jeremy, of course he has to do this, you got to protect the rock. You can't let the Bills, Josh Allen, get those short fields. You have a fantastic offense. Or not fantastic. You don't have a fantastic offense. You have a fantastic defense. So you got to let them play and give, them good field position. Don't let the Bills start off, at the 50-yard line or in your territory. Pin them deep, and if it's third down and whatever, rather you throw the ball away or be able to get better field position, or if you're in field goal range, definitely don't take a sack to get some points on the board, because the name of the game is going to be get some points on the board in that field position battle up against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. May I remind you, last year when the Bills came into town, the Texans defense put them in clamps. Can they do that again on Thursday night? Once again, in those Battle Reds. I'll be live for this game, so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you are available, because we will be rooting on our Houston Texans. You know, the Bills, they're favorites in this game. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people think the Bills are going to beat the Texans, especially after this news around CJ Stroud. Not me, though. I think the Texans sneakily, I feel good about this game. I feel good about our defense, and I hope they come out and play like their hair's on fire in front of the national audience and show everybody around the NFL that the Texans are in the hunt in the AFC playoff race. That's all I have for you on today's show, folks. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, you can do so at Texans Today CS, Jeremy Chugs on Twitter. And if you made it to the end of today's video, we're doing something right. Go down and hit that subscribe button.